So I add my seam allowance onto the fabric before cutting it out. I did not want a vertical seam on my cup, so I cut the upper and lower cup on the fold. I made sure I clipped all my notches, especially that midpoint on the gathered skirt. I add a stay stitch along the edge where the upper and lower cup are going to be sewn. I add the stay stitch as reinforcement for my actual seam and so that I won't clip too close to my seam. So I'm now making sure my notches are matching up, my sides are matching up there, my midpoint is matching up, and I'm just gonna pin all the way down. And then you'll see me go in and I'll clip the lower cup just to ease it in, and I'll give you a close-up. So here's the extra fabric, so I have to clip into the lower cup in order to expand the lower cup so it can fit. So I'm going to gently tug on it to get it to fit in there, and then I'm going to continue pinning, and I'm going to take it to the machine and stitch it up. So I set my cup to the side, and now I'm going to sew up the dress. So side front to center front and side back to center back. I'm going to go ahead and take that to the machine and sew it up. So now I'm going to sew my sides together for the lining fabric and the fashion fabric. So I'm going to bring my cup back, and I am going to place the lining and the fabric right sides together, and I'm going to sew along the armholes and the neckline only. Alright, it is stitched, and I am going to clip along the armhole and the neckline. You can go ahead and open it up and do a top stitch, but I'm not going to. I'm going to cut away where I'm going to put my spaghetti strap to prevent bulkiness. Before turning the cup right side out, I'm going to add my spaghetti straps and sew them down. Alright, my spaghetti straps are sewn, and now I'm going to turn the cup right side out. I'm going to go take it to the ironing board and press it really good. With the right sides facing, I'm going to sew the lining and the fashion fabric together along the neckline only. I added a stay stitch along this edge and along the cup before pinning both together. I'm matching up my midpoint, my notches, and my sides. Make sure everything is matched up before you pin and sew it down. I have my cup sewn to the dress, and now I'm going to pin my bias tape down, take it to the machine, and sew it down. I'm going to cut the seam allowance down to 1/4 inch to get rid of the bulk. I'm folding over my bias tape. I'm I'm going to pin it down and hand stitch it to the lining. I did 2 basting stitches along the edge of the bottom portion of the dress, and now I'm going to gather it down. I'm going to gather the one side down to the midpoint, and then I'm going to gather the other side down to the midpoint. So I'm going to grab the dress, flip it so I can sew the fashion fabric together. Now, I thought I recorded this part, but I didn't, so I had to make another dress to show you all how to sew it together, because that's the most important part. So yes, the dress has changed. This is another dress that I had to make, because that is the most important part, right? So here's the gathered portion of the dress. So I'm going to grab the actual dress and lay that out, and I'm going to place right sides together, and the first point I'm going to match up is my side seam to the midpoint on the gathered portion of the dress, and then I'm just going to match up my notches, and there is a right angle on both the dress and the gathered part of the dress, so I'm going to make sure I match that too. So I'm just going to match that and my notches all the way down, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So it is important that you clip your notches and actually add notches to the pattern. I'm learning on doing that. When I get back up to the gathers, I'm just going to ease all of that in. After pinning it together, I'm going to take it to the machine and stitch it down. The gathers are stitched to the dress, and now it's back to our scheduled program. I'm marking the desired length for my spaghetti strap so I can sew it to the back of the dress. Once my spaghetti straps are in place, I'm going to take it to the machine and stitch it down. I added a lace up in the back. If you guys would like a tutorial on how to add the lace up in the back, please leave it in the comment section. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you made it this far, gratitude.